Recording in progress.
This equestrian committee is about as organized as you could get.
They do a good job.
Yeah.
You good?
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the March 11th, 2024 regularly scheduled work session. Tonight, there are 4 items on the agenda. Public comment is allowed that is germane to an agenda item. If you wish to speak, you are required to fill out a public comment card, and if you are speaking on behalf of an organization, you must fill out an affidavit that you have the authority of said organization. Please remember, this is not a time to engage the mayor or members of the city council in conversation. When your name is called, please come forward and speak into the microphone stating your name and address for the record. Public comment will be allowed for a total of 10 minutes per agenda item and no more than 2 minutes per person. Once the item is called, no other public cards will be accepted. Will the city clerk please sound agenda item A?
Mayor, that first item A is Impact Fee Program Amendment Update Briefing. Miss Jackie Lim.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. My name is Jackie Lim. I'm a planner and I'm with Community Development Department. For tonight's briefing on the Impact Fee Program, joining me is our consultant, Ms. Paige Hatley, with Ross Plus and Associates. And she will be here to provide some report or a briefing on the Impact Fee Program amendment, which CIE is one of the components of this program. The purpose of this briefing is to provide you with an overview of a full update to the city's impact fee program, including the individual components that comprise the impact fee and overall process, and then we'll conclude with the next steps leading up to the adoption of the new CIE and updated impact fee ordinance. So just to give you a historical perspective, the city of Milton established its first impact fee program in 2015. And since then, we have many of the impact fee eligible capital projects have already been accomplished. In order to update the list of projects that will be needed to expand public service and facilities over the next 20 years and also consider modifying the current fee schedule for impact fee, the city must fully update its current program. So in 2003, the city engaged with Ross and Associates for the preparation of a comprehensive update that includes a methodology report, the capital improvement element, and impact fee ordinance that Ms. Hatley will further describe shortly. Where we are in the process. This project started in October last year. We've worked with various departments, fire, police, public works, finance, and I think I've got everything, in Parks and Rec, sorry. With the help of these departments, we're able to identify an inventory of existing and proposed capital improvement elements or projects and financial needs to help us establish the methodology report, which will be used to craft the CIE and the impact fee ordinance. So tonight's briefing is also a good opportunity for council to revisit this program and for new council members to learn more about the program. And answer questions that you may have. So without further ado, I'd like to turn over this presentation to Ms. Hatley to present the core of this project.
Thank you, Jackie, and good evening. As she mentioned, my name is Paige Hatley. I just have a few additional slides to run through that's building on the great introduction that Jackie provided. Picking up on where we are now from the previous slide, which is the methodology report. That's the heavy lift for the process to update a development impact fee program. It provides the basis for the remaining components of the program update, as you can see before you. So specifically, that's one, full update or what we call an amendment to your 2015 CIE, which in essence is an appendix to your comprehensive plan. And secondly, the development impact fee ordinance. The methodology report, or sometimes we'll just call it the methodology for short, is an internal document that provides the information needed to craft these two formal documents, the CIE and the ordinance. Adoption of the CIE amendment, which will be a brand new CIE document, allows impact fees to be spent on an entirely new list of capital projects for fire, police, parks, and roads. Think additional fire trucks, additional police space, additional playgrounds, ball fields, and any road improvement project that increases capacity, such as road widenings and intersection improvements. I do need to note, though, that impact fees cannot be used for staffing or maintenance in support of these public facilities or services, just for capital projects. So you're going to hear the term capital project quite frequently. An adoption of an amended impact fee ordinance would change the current fee schedule for impact fee collections for each of the four public facility categories. Again, parks, police, fire, and roads. This flow chart is another way of looking at the relationship between the components of an impact fee program. So the methodology, as I stated, provides everything needed to craft the CIE. So CIE, think projects that expand public services or facilities. It's your master project list. And also it gives us the information needed to update your development impact fee ordinance. And the ordinance is the home for the fee schedule, so the one-time fee to help pay for project needs. The methodology report is an internal resource that calculates the maximum fees that could be charged to help pay for future capital projects. It's important to make this note because state law, specifically the Development Impact Fee Act, or DEFA, tells us that communities cannot charge new growth and development more than their fair share of the cost of future capital projects that are going to be needed to help serve new growth and development. So the methodology report calculates what this ceiling is, and we call it the maximum fee schedule. That maximum fee schedule will be used in future discussions with City Council to determine what fees should be charged if the council decides to update the current 2015 fee schedule. As noted, methodology is not formally adopted, or it's an internal document. There is no formal adoption required. The CIE, however, is mandated by the state to be reviewed by the Georgia Department of Community Affairs before it can then be adopted by the city. And the ordinance, the Development Impact Fee Ordinance, which is the home for this fee schedule, also requires local adoption after 2 public hearings. As the largest, most comprehensive component of the impact fee program, the methodology report establishes detailed forecasts that are used in conjunction with adopted plans to help identify projected needs for future capital improvements over the coming decades. And as mentioned, it calculates the maximum fee that could be charged to help pay for expanded police and fire services, recreational amenities, and road improvement projects. The CIE is basically methodology light. It's everything in the methodology report with the exception of any fee calculations or prospective fee schedules. That's not the purview of the Georgia Department of Community Affairs, or DCA. They're only looking at the projected needs for capital projects, nothing to do with the fees themselves. DCA does require, however, that a CIE document not only looks ahead long range at capital needs, but they also want to know what near-term improvements are. So we pull from the master list of projects and craft a 5-year community work program so they can see what's anticipated to be implemented in the near term. And some examples that you most commonly see for each of the cities for public facility categories, a CWP 5-year work program and the overall master list of impact fee eligible projects in the CIE for parks and recreation. As mentioned before, some examples: additional ball fields, trails, playgrounds, land acquisition for future parks is also eligible, buildings, rec center, for example. For roads, nothing related to maintenance, no pothole or resurfacing projects, but road projects that add capacity to the roadway are eligible. For fire, that's typically additional fire stations, expanded or new fire stations, and